You just heard on World News about Angelina Jolie's decision to get a double mastectomy to reduce her risk of getting breast cancer. And we first told you about her decision late last night at 11. Well, today, Jolie's doctors at the Pink Lotus Breast Center in Los Angeles called her move heroic.
We hope that the awareness she is raising around the world will save countless lives.
New at 7, we're hearing from a Mesa woman who underwent the same proactive surgery as Jolie more than 10 years ago. 10 News reporter Jennifer Jensen shows us how her surgery has impacted other women in her family.
You could say that Holly Weber now feels a kinship with Angelina Jolie. Like Jolie, the La Mesa mother of 2 tested positive for BRCA1, a gene mutation which increased her risk of breast cancer, prompting her to proactively remove both of her breasts.
I had opted to not live a life of anxiety or fear, and my thought was that I feared cancer and chemo more than I did the surgery.
But this was more than 10 years ago, when she says the surgery was considered extreme and radical.
I'd even asked my doctors who were performing the surgeries if they could refer me to previous patients, and I was there first.
But with her family history, she felt it was not a matter of if, but when she'd get breast cancer. Her maternal grandmother died from breast cancer at the age of 55. Holly's own mother, Patty, was diagnosed at 47.
Once my mom had tested positive for the gene, I knew that I had had a 50% chance of also carrying that same gene. And with my family history, I knew what I was facing. I had watched people suffer in my family.
Holly had the genetic test at 31 and tested positive. She had both of her breasts removed by choice.
I recognize it may not be that easy for some. It just happened to be for me.
2 years later, her younger sister Robin was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 34.
She had found her own lump and within a couple of months had the same surgery ultimately anyway, not by her choice.
After reading Angelina Jolie's op-ed, Holly is hopeful more women will want to find out their family history through genetic testing and then do what is right for them. A test that Holly's 19-year-old daughter may someday choose to undergo as well. In La Mesa, Jennifer Jensen, 10 News.
In our scientific 10 News poll, 37% of San Diegans said that they'd be very interested in genetic testing that would let them or their spouse know their risk of hereditary breast cancer. 25% are somewhat interested, 21% not very interested, and 16% are not at all interested.